Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be sharing with you my manga reading journal. I've been doing this for a long time now, and I wanted to show you guys how I do my journal. So this is a Sakura notebook therapy journal, B5. And you could see I customize all my stickers from small artists. So if you're curious of where I purchased these stickers, totally let me know down in the comments. So further ado, let's start reading. So the first page are just stickers, sticky notes, some washi's, just to decorate the front cover. Then the next page, I just write manga book life journal with a drawing. And then I wrote sticky notes of digital manga that I wanted to read from my Kindle, which is pretty cool. This page is my most anticipated manga of 2023 to 2024. As you can see, I chose a lot of amazing titles, like first volumes or continuation series that I'm currently reading. I do like looking back to see what I was hyped for. This is a lot of them, of course, but that's how I do it. This is my September wrap-up page. I was inspired to do Cloud and Aerith from Final Fantasy. They are my favorite characters, and I wanted to add some fall theme into it. Unfortunately, I only read one manga, which is his favorite, Volume 4, and me and my husband and my cat moved into our first house together. And after every month, I do an overview page of all the important memorable events I've done in that month. This is my October wrap-up from Tsukiyomi Moon Phase, which is very inspired of the vampire and the pinks and Halloween vibes. I had a lot of fun creating that. And I only read one manga that month, but I was super busy of going to NepCon and Planet Anime in Kansas, and I met literally my favorite voice actors in my overview for October. Very memorable events, festivities, watch Demon Slayer, which is always my favorite time to watch it. My November wrap-up, still inspired of fall themes and added Love Life girls with the mix. And you'll see more continuous pages of the manga I read in November. I really love how much I just let my mind do what it wants to do, adding and creating all the stickers, washi. I print pictures from the manga of favorite scenes that I personally loved reading to add to my spreads. But I like adding like themes to my manga spreads. Like if a front cover of a manga has pink or black, I try to match the vibe with it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I just use what I have currently in my collection, because I have so many craft supplies that I just love using. And with the pictures as well, I use my home printer to print all these out. And I was going through experimental phase of, do I want it pink scenes or your normal black and white? It's really your preference. It's really fun just changing things up, you know? Every end of the year, I do a wrap-up where I take pictures of January all the way to December. And I like to reflect, to look what theme I did of a anime, manga, or characters, whatever it may be. I just like to look back to see how much my creativity has improved and what I love to do. So it's a fun thing to look back into. And this is my favorite manga spreads of 2023 is with the journal. I would select certain spreads that I've done to add to like my wrap up. And it's so cool like what certain things I did with certain spreads, because every page I create is different. And I added my top 5 favorite male manga characters, and I would write a description like why I love them so much. Same with the female. I like doing this at the end of my journals because I read so much manga and there's so many characters. And my top favorite couples, and I love writing why I loved them. Then I selected my top 5 favorite manga reads that I read and write why I love them so much, because it changes every year. And this page is pretty cool. I printed out each manga I read in that year just to see what I read, and I would count how many I read. And this is like my reflection of my 2023, and then I talk about going into 2024. This is my January wrap-up. Oh, it's my Genshin theme, Zhongli, because Year of the Dragon. So that made me inspired to create a Genshin spread. And with the year 2024, like I still use like my old style of how I did spreads, but you'll start seeing even like my current ones in 2025 that it changes quite a bit. And I think that's the fun of experimenting with your journal. But I've been doing this for a good 4 years now. Like an amazing life-changing thing in my life, because I've been reading manga for a very long time, and I never really saw anyone kind of do this the way I have created my own. I always enjoyed watching everyone's reading journals, and it just kind of inspired me like, you know what? Why don't I create like a manga reading journal? Because it's kind of fun to share, and I've shared my journal with friends and family, and it took me a while to feel comfortable with that idea, but I'm kind of glad that I am right now, because I just want to inspire anyone that wants to do a manga reading journal but doesn't know how to start. And you really don't need a lot, or you can invest a mini printer as well, or you could hand draw on your stuff too. I just been collecting my stickers and washi tape for a very long time, and I finally have a way to use them into something that I truly love to do. And it's like almost like a scrapbook in a way, but it's a manga reading journal. And I just love looking back just to read my feelings of how I felt with the volume, and anticipating the next volume that I'm gonna read with the series, or going back where I completely disliked a manga, which I had that happen to me, and I just like to read about it, and then I could happily unhaul it when I'm done with it. So it's a lot of fun for sure, and I will definitely be sharing more. page in my journal. I like to write like an ending page of the beginning and the conclusion of this journal, and kind of like write a letter to myself of the amazing accomplishment that I did and goals that I want to do in my next journal. So that is my completed manga reading journal. Thank you for everyone that has watched till the very end. Please let me know what your thoughts are. I would love to hear from you. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.